Hey, this is Brianna. I'm an entrepreneur with no job, but I do have a dream, and this is my journey. Today, I'm going to give you some updates on some things that I've talked about over the history of my channel. And meantime, I will be icing a cake for my son's first birthday, and we're just doing cake and ice cream at in a couple hours, so I need to get started. Anyway, so the first thing I want to talk about is I on one video, I had mentioned that I was interested in real estate wholesaling. I was trying to decide like how to know if that's something that I should pursue, and I just really didn't have any direction when it came to knowing what was right. So the update on that is I kind of moved on from that because I decided I wasn't really interested in it except for the money making potential. And I didn't want to do things solely based on wanting to make money or needing money, since I do have like a vision of my ideal work situation. So I kind of moved on from that, but I did meet somebody, which I mentioned in that video, who is into real estate, and Albert, what's up? He did watch one of my videos, reached out to me, and offered to allow me to bird dog for him, which is a part of the process where somebody just finds the properties and then they get paid kind of like a commission if the wholesaler does close on that property. So he offered me to do that. Since I'm here for less than a month, I'm gonna do it as best I can, just because if I do down the line decide I'm interested in pursuing wholesaling, I can have a little bit of experience in it. But with all the other things I have going on, it's really hard to take time to go drive all over this area to try to find those like derelict houses that he's looking for. Now, in that video, I also mentioned that I wanted to buy my husband a vehicle. I don't know why I felt like that was my responsibility, but I did not end up buying him a vehicle, other than we use our savings to buy a vehicle. So he just got a Ford Escape, and so that's not something on my that's not something that I'm concerned about at this time. So other than that, let's see. So I next had mentioned that I was interested in shooting a documentary, and again, I was like, okay, is this what it feels like when I'm actually supposed to do something? Because I couldn't really see a reason I shouldn't do it. I mean, I had no documentarian or filmography skills, but it still sounded like something that would be enriching and have provides experiences that would benefit me in the future. So I went ahead and like got started looking for some of the items I needed, like some of the equipment, and I purchased those things only to come to this place where I am now a beauty consultant and realize I just don't have the energy to do that. I felt like when I was talking to the director about starting Mary Kay, I was like, if I do this, I can't do the documentary. And then I thought I could do it, but I just don't really want to do it anymore. I have other things that have more impact on my overall goal, as opposed to this kind of extraneous goal of creating something. So I let it go. But what I do think I learned from that experience was it's up to me what I choose to do. I think I'm always looking for some sort of like divine appointment to whatever endeavor I'm supposed to embark on. But I'm learning that, first of all, I don't need to expect to fail. And then even if I do fail, there's still value in having set out on the experience. So I still think that it was valuable for me to follow that train of thought, because I was able to, I guess, stretch my thinking of what I envision myself of being capable of, or what is available to me. But I'm definitely not doing that. Now, other than that, I spent a lot of time discussing my blog because I am a blogger, and I was saying that I was interested. I was thinking I needed to switch to a different niche because I felt like the niche that I was originally in wasn't easy enough for me to like write consistently on. But I had decided I was going to create a whole new blog on a different topic, which was probably going to be beauty to complement Mary Kay. And I still might do that, but I actually found that I still want to write about my life, which I can do on my current blog, Right on Base. And in this process of YouTube and learning to tell stories and communicate better, I've kind of learned that I don't necessarily need to think of each blog post as creating a story, because the story's already there. I'm sharing my experience. And for some reason, just that shift made it easier for me to write. And I sat down and wrote like 3 blog posts at once. So I'm going to continue with Bride on Base. I thought I was just going to like let it go since I will no longer be a Bride on Base, but I'm actually going to continue with that. The other thing I am not concerned about, but I do still need a way to bring in revenue, like a product. Of course, I can do affiliate marketing or even sponsored posts, but I still would like to have my own product to sell, which I will get to later. But in terms of the beauty, that's definitely a more marketable niche because you can obviously sell or talk about a lot of different products, and there's so many facets of beauty. But I just am not going to take that on yet. Now, the newest thing that I've been thinking about, I have not mentioned. And I want to kind of preface this by saying, have you ever had an experience where you get an idea and you just get so anxious about it, like excited, like all you need is time and you know it's going to be a hit? That's how I felt about this idea. As soon as I thought about it, I kind of had this moment where I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta do this. And then I had to just pull back and chill because everything takes time and I still have to like maintain my life. I couldn't just sit there and get it all done at once. Oh, I guess I could do that, but my husband and child might not like that too much. Well, the idea I had came to me while I was watching an episode of The Passionate Few on YouTube, and Omar had a gentleman by the name of Jason Capital on, and he said that he got started with ebooks. So during the course of my writing on Bride on Base, people have always said, you should write a book, and I was like, just because I can write a blog doesn't mean I can write a book. But with ebooks, people kind of write on any number of topics in an abbreviated version, and sometimes people will just compile their blog posts to create a book. So my idea is to create an ebook about my military experience, kind of like a guide, and I can use my blog posts in that. So that's a way for me to step foot into the author title and then also create a product that I can sell alongside my blog. So that's where I'm at. I'm excited about everything I've got coming up, but I also just want to stress that, so the point of this channel is for me sharing my journey, and I just see how much of a journey this has been. It's been just a little bit over 2 months, I guess 2.5 months, and I've already come from like my first videos, I'm just in total despair and anxiety and just not knowing what to do. And then I got some clarity about what I should be doing, and then now it's like I'm turning ideas away. I feel that I think one of the most important things is that I just got started. I think YouTube's being something I always wanted to do helped me to be creative and that creativity to flow into other areas. So I don't assume everyone out there wants to be on YouTube, but YouTube or doing something that's kind of like in the vein of what it is you want can promote your creativity or your progress towards your overall goal. The last thing I'll say is with Mary Kay, I had my first outside party a couple nights ago, and while I did have that video last week talking about my self-esteem and all that, I have accepted that people do things for the sake of goodwill. So a friend had a party because she wanted to support me, and while that's what I would do for someone else, I don't know why I just assumed people wouldn't do that for me. So I accept that that's how the world works, and I'm just knowing that I tend to behave like I may have a low self-worth or I'm not worth that much. Just knowing that is allowing me to make choices to not act like that. So everything's going good. That party was still exhausting, and I did make some money. That felt really good to make some money, however little it was, because it's like I created this opportunity to move forward. So my overall encouragement is whatever it is you're trying to do, just get started. Your story starts from the day you start. It's not like there is no time in the future that's more perfect than right now. I mean, whatever you're doing to move forward is a part of your journey. Maybe there's a time in the future when everything is going to explode, but whatever you're doing to get there is gonna help you in one way or another. So I've done a crumb coat on these cakes. I didn't think about the fact that I needed to crumb coat and chill. Shout out to Yolanda Gamp on How to Cake It YouTube channel. So I'm gonna chill these, and then I'll come back and ice them again, and I'll include a picture at the end. But I hope you guys have a good weekend. I'm gonna get back to work, and thank you for watching.
You put it on the floor?
Yeah. Bricks.
We'll just leave it out.
You're supposed to eat it.
You got like 30 more seconds.
Let him get the whole thing.